Hello and welcome back to the channel. Amber here, and today I want to talk a little bit about Tel'aran'rhiod, aka the World of Dreams. If it's been a while since you've read the Wheel of Time books, maybe this will help jog your memory. Also, there should be no big spoilers in here, so this is a pretty safe, easy episode to listen to. Also, I'm not recording on my normal setup today, so if I sound a little bit weird, that's why. As always, you can find me on Blue Sky, Instagram, and Discord. And if you would like to help support the channel and keep the lights on, make sure you check out Road to Valon on Patreon or YouTube memberships. So let's get into it. The first thing to understand is that Tel'aran'rhiod, or the World of Dreams, is a parallel world connecting all possibilities within the Wheel of Time. It's linked to every reality, but it exists separately. Anyone can enter, but only dreamwalkers can enter at will. Now, another subject when it comes to Tel'aran'rhiod that I think is really important to remember is that there's something called a dream shard. And these are personalized little mini realities used by powerful dreamwalkers like Lanfear. And you also see Ishamael use them to kind of pull people into this dreamlike location where he really likes to torment people. These pocket dimensions within Tel'aran'rhiod are also pretty dangerous because the person who is creating the dream shard has nearly absolute control. So dream shards make a pretty dangerous battleground when they're used in that aspect because the creator of it sets the rules. Now, another thing to remember about Tel'aran'rhiod is that this is the location where the heroes of the Horn wait in between rebirths when they're respun out of the wheel, or in between times when the Horn of Valir calls them to action. Now, the heroes of the Horn, while they're waiting there, don't manipulate the dream like dreamwalkers do, but they can hang out inside and observe what happens in it. The next thing to remember is that Tel'aran'rhiod is a reflection of the waking world, but it's also unstable. So things you see within Tel'aran'rhiod kind of happen in this ethereal, shifting way where objects inside might flicker in and out of existence, or, doors opening and closing. So moving on, the next thing that I want to talk about is the Age of Legends and how dreamwalking was really common during this time. And compared to the Third Age, Tel'aran'rhiod was really wildly understood in the Age of Legends. Channelers trained in it with ter'angreal called sleep weavers. Even one of the Forsaken, Demandred, hints that some forgotten ter'angreal may still be connected to Tel'aran'rhiod in ways people don't understand. So although characters who are familiar with Tel'aran'rhiod from their time in the Age of Legends might have a greater understanding of it, there's still a lot of instances where things that are connected to Tel'aran'rhiod aren't totally understood. There's a lot of mystique around this location, and we don't always get all the answers. Now, the next thing to think about is that Tel'aran'rhiod has another location that is sort of inside and outside. So between the waking world and Tel'aran'rhiod, there's this strange place filled with a sea of floating stars, and each star represents a sleeping person's dreams. Dreamwalkers can eavesdrop or even step into these people's dreams, but it's also dangerous because the dreamer controls the reality. Another thing to think about is that if this person who is sleeping and dreaming has strong emotions towards you, like love or hate, they might accidentally pull you inside their dreams. So moving on to the next thing, Tel'aran'rhiod is really dangerous. And this is because wounds that happen within Tel'aran'rhiod don't heal normally. If you're injured on the inside, this injury carries over into the waking world and it doesn't heal like a normal injury. death inside Tel'aran'rhiod equals death in the waking world. Now, the next thing that I found is kind of fun, and this is information that comes from the wise ones. And they teach that hypothetically, if one enters Tel'aran'rhiod through a gateway, it's physically possible, but they warn that if one were to use a gateway to enter, each time that it happens, you would lose a piece of your humanity. So, whatever that means, it's pretty terrifying, and I think it's a really interesting, fun little fact. Another fun fact about Tel'aran'rhiod is that there's no light source on the inside. Despite it being fully illuminated, Tel'aran'rhiod has no sun, no moon, or no other visible source of light. Whatever emanates from within just comes from something, and people don't know what it is. Moving forward, there is one species that hands down cannot enter Tel'aran'rhiod, and that is our ogier. They are mysteriously absent within the world of dreams, and their settings can't be accessed through it either. Robert Jordan later confirms this, that ogier cannot be dreamwalkers. So if you were hoping to see Loyal popping in and out of Tel'aran'rhiod, I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. Now, the last thing I want to touch on might be a little bit spoilery, so if you haven't made it past book 4 yet, maybe sit this one out. And this information is that the wolves within the Wheel of Time have a very intuitive control and deep connection within Tel'aran'rhiod. When it comes to all of our characters, the wolves have the most intuitive instinct within the world of dreams, and they approach it in a much different way than our humans do, where the wise ones are very cautious and the Forsaken use it in evasive and strategic maneuvers. The wolves treat it almost as though another aspect of normal life. And when it comes to anyone else, they are the absolute goats of mastering the world of dreams. So yeah, let me know what you think. Are there any moments within the Wheel of Time that you really enjoy within Tel'aran'rhiod? Are there any aspects of it that you really want to see in the TV show? Let me know. Thanks for listening. I'll be back next time. Like and subscribe, and I will see you then.